All right. Do our regular everyday check. Do our regular everyday check like we do always. YouTube. Do our checks. All right, and we are set. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to gmod. This is a stream based on the art I usually do, and I've posted about once or twice. Before we start, though, I want to point out I got these little Lay's potato chips. I know, very off-topic, non-sponsored. They're the all-dressed ones that just came out, so, you know, trying to figure out what these taste like. They smell amazing. What the fuck? I'm gonna have these while we work, but that salt and vinegar, sour cream and onion, barbecue, all in one. It's actually mind-blowing. And we got Dr. Pepper cherry too, so that's cool. So, to start the stream, so we're not just sitting around, I do have my own idea I'm going to craft for this opening scene. And then I will leave it up to you guys to give me ideas afterwards. So think hard and think long and hard about it. Think what you want to see. Because odds are I'll put it in. All you got to do is ask. So, alright. So, for starters, we need to set a scene. This is how I usually do it. So right now what I want to do is I want to do like a battlefield kind of deal. Right, we're in a battlefield. There's an active kind of battle going on between trenches. I have kind of an idea. It's going to be from... We're going to be viewing like this perspective, so like the whole American side, it's going to be Americans. And it's going to look like they're being put under attack, so here's how we're going to do this. So first things first, we got to set a scene. Alright, so the first scene I'm thinking is that this whole bunker here is getting burnt and blown to hell. It's like been bombed, and there's just fire and smoke and everything coming out of it. So we're going to do that, right? So we're going to go into here. I'm going to go to the entities. I'm going to go to fire and smoke. And these entities, these are mods I download. Go for a large fire. Ah, look at that. Looks pretty solid. Like that is cooking. That is already getting pretty spicy. Alright, then we're going to add like a cloud of black smoke, right? Add that cloud of black smoke there. Really show it's burning. But then on top of that, we're going to add a fire embers. And as you can see, look at that. That's already, just like from over here, that already looks pretty good. Like, that already looks pretty crispy. I ain't even gonna lie. That looks pretty good. So the shot, obviously, to get that in this scene, we're going to do like a shot around either here, hang on, like here, where we try and get this into the scene, or we're probably gonna do a shot from over here. We get that into the scene, and then we'll have something else. Or we'll try and get like an aerial shot, maybe. All depends. We got to figure out how we're going to set up the shot. Maybe I'll get one like right here. Just got to find a way to include it. I think the best shot would probably be like something like right here. Problem is these bushes. This is the problem. I can't remove the bushes, I'm afraid. That is one thing, is a lot of bushes. So this would probably be a good... Right here would be like a good shot for it. Alright, so the next thing we gotta do is we gotta establish more of like a war zone thing, right? So I'm thinking we add a tank. And I have the perfect tank. I downloaded a few add-ons. World War II style. I was skeptical about these World War II props. Because the thing didn't even have a rating. Some of them are missing textures, as you can see. Like, some of them are completely missing their textures. I think I need Day of Infamy installed. I own the game, don't have it installed. That's probably why. So I can't really blame the mod creator. The only thing I can say is that they didn't mention it. But then again, just in case, I suppose. You know, it is what it is. But M5 Stuart, we're going to do the M5 Stuart, perhaps. Is there any other tanks? What's this? Oh, not that. That's a bunker roof. I say we do a... There's half tracks. That's pretty cool. Hey, look at that. Alright, I say we do a Stewart. And we're going to put him like up here in the bushes. So it's enough to where you could see him. You could see the tank. In this establishing shot, we're going to have like about... Here's what I'm going to do. For future reference, let me see. Get a good spot. Yeah, this would be a pretty good establishing shot. So what I'm going to do is this is something I'm going to start employing more to myself. The first thing I'm going to do, hi, welcome to the stream. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a comic prop usually, and I'm going to take this X, right? Drag it right about here. Just drag it a little bit there. So basically this X is going to be, this is where I stand. This is where I'm going to stand to take the photo of everything that is happening. We might want to move it a bit here so we can get a better shot of what's going on here. Now the next thing I'm going to do, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is, since we got the tank here, are we gonna need a way for it to get across, right? Because it can't just float across. That's not how that works. So for what's the continuity's sake, something like that, we need to get a bit of a kind of a bridge going across, right? I'm thinking we need some wood. So how's this look? That actually looks perfect. So we're gonna get the wood, and we're gonna disable the collisions on this guy because you need to get the wood proper. The wood needs to collide with the ground, but I don't need the tank to collide with the wood. We'll get that right there, and we'll get another one of these wooden fences. Ugh. And we'll get it under the other tread, so it kind of makes sense. Let's just try and get a little bit better, like roughly right there. As you can see, guys could totally crouch under that in real life, and this would be like a little bridge that the tank rolls over. So we got that in our establishing shot. Now I'm thinking we want the tank to fire, perhaps. So I'm thinking the best way to do that is we're going to just have the main cannon fire. I want to see if I can turn this into an animated prop at all, which apparently I can, but it doesn't do anything because it's idle, so there's really no point. So we're just going to leave it like that, because I was going to see, can I make the cannon nose move? But not all items can do that. So what we're going to do for the establishing piece of the cannon firing, we're going to need an effect. Go back to entities. Now we got flamethrower effects too, which are pretty cool. We're not going to use those right now. What we're going to use is, let's see the smoke. Okay, that smoke's pretty good for like other things. We're not going to need it right now though. So let's go to weapons. And you can see there's like AR2 gunfire, and then there's regular gunfire and stuff. So what I'm thinking though, we need something a bit better. This BFG thing. We need something more. So I'm going to go to, what's this? No, not that. Projectiles is pretty cool. Let's see here. Volumetrics. Alright, let me see. Oh, alcohol, yay. Woohoo. I got a few things, you know? Kind of got a few things going on with my life in this. I got a few things. I like gmod, can you tell? You tell I really appreciate gmod and the diversity it really adds. I do got a few things, which is actually going to be good, because I got a few World War stuff. So we got the cannon here, right? I'm thinking we need, probably the best way to do this is to go to the emitters. It's probably the best way to go about this. So let's go to the emitter. Let's fly over here. This will be like our template grounds, because we're not going to be really messing with anything over here. So a bit of a template ground. Go look at a few things. See fireball. It's a bit too spicy. We're trying to look for something not like that. Jesus. We're trying to look for something that looks like, instead of like the average gunfire, we're trying to look for something that looks like it's like a big boom. Right? Like, kind of like that, but not that massive. Holy shit, can I turn that down? Let's go down to... I mean, I'd have to time it, but that could work. Could possibly. Let me see. Amazing. The minigun effect. Yeah, that might work, kind of. Not really. Depends. We gotta, like, look for more of an explosion. Fire. Well, definitely not that size or that at all. Some of these, it doesn't matter if you turn it down. They are just massive. We turn this up. Okay, see, that could work. That could straight up work. In fact, I think that will work. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, fly it up here. Yeah, look at that. We're going to have to line it up kind of with the barrel. Did I not disable your collision, sir? Disable collisions. And basically, we're just trying to line up the emitter so that it is within the barrel. And we're gonna angle it. Now you might be wondering, well, that looks pretty obvious. What are we going to do about that? Well, I have the solution. Very simple solution I use a lot. If you go to materials, right? Gotta find the materials. Should be somewhere around here. Material. This one right here. The models/effects/volume_light001 makes things invisible. So, like that, but I didn't want to do that. Can I? There we go, thank you. Like that. So now you can't even see it. And it looks like it's just shooting naturally. It'll look better when it's frozen. As you can see though, you can't see the emitter. And it looks like this tank is just straight shooting. So that looks pretty good. And from the establishing shot, yeah, that looks pretty good. Now there is something I'm going to do over here. With an emitter, I'm going to get back out to the emitters. There is one thing I'm going to do for, find the emitter, there it is. I am going to look at dirt impact. Ooh. Where's the dirt impact? Trying to make it look like there's a bomb that went off there, so if I get in a position. See, it's a little big, so I'm going to want to turn it down to maybe like a 3. Let's do 3. And get back to position. See, that looks more believable. Maybe move it over a bit here. Right, that looks believable, but now we're going to need a little undertone for it, right? So let's make this material invisible in a moment. First, we need an undertone of something. That's too big. Let's look for like an explosion. We're gonna look for an explosion piece. That will work. And when we get the explosion piece we need, which we're gonna see if I can turn that down to small. We need a small one, right? That won't get any smaller. Let's go back over here. Good God, I cannot see. Try and spawn it there because I want the explosion to be visible. As you can see, it's kind of hard with all the smoke that it generates. There is one thing I'm going to do though, because this cannon's firing. I'm going to put this like right here. So what that is like thumper dust. So when this thing is like, this acts as like the shockwave from the firing of the gun, which is something I want to do. So we'll keep that there for now, and we'll be able to mute that in a bit. But so the dust is here, dirt is here. We need something more. We gotta find a good impact. So I'm thinking, not that. Thinking we gotta find, not that. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thinking we're gonna do a bit of simple explosion. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Come over here. Now I have to time it. I'll have to time it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. How you doing today? This is a gmod art stream where you can request things to be made, and we will make them. Got that explosion there looking pretty good. Only problem is that I'd have to time it, so I'm going to get rid of it for now because I'm thinking maybe I could do something a bit different. We do... what does that look like? I just don't want to have to time that. This is what makes it difficult, some of this stuff. Same stuff, sparks and everything. Back to my mark. Oh, that actually would work. That'll work. So that will work. Okay. Hi, welcome to the stream. That'll work. So what I'm going to do now is go back to materials. I'm going to make all these emitters visible. There. And now, as you can see, got the explosion, tank. Now we're ready to add a bit more. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our first people. So now that the scene's pretty much set, we'll add a little more details later, but for now we're going to add our first people. So I'm thinking we're going to need a guy. I got World War II guys, so hang on, let me go spawn lists. Got a few dudes, got Day of Infamy stuff for them to wield, but I got a few dudes here. Scroll all the way down at the bottom, World War II Army. I'm going to use 2 dudes, so we're going to spawn this guy. Spawn him. I'm going to get stand pose. I'm going to stand pose him. Find stand pose, where is it? Going to cover this, cover that. Posing, here we are, stand pose. Grab him, put him here. Right, so now he's in position. Now I need to get him a helmet. So I'm going to do bone merging. I'm going to do advanced bone merge. So let me find it. So I think it's up here. Advanced bone merge. Yep. I'm going to spawn a World War II helmet. Oh, that's a hat. Helmet. Going to select him. Now he's got a helmet on. Pretty nifty. Alright, now he's got a helmet on. I'm going to give him probably a bandolier, right? Probably be a good idea to give this guy a bandolier. So I'm going to go into I'm going to do bam. And now the bandolier is on its chest. Perfect. Bandolier is on its chest. Everything's good. Hi, welcome to the stream. Bandolier is on the guy's chest. He's looking like he's ready for battle. He looks equally as terrified. That is very valid for World War II. Very valid indeed. There's no denying that. Okay, so we need to get him in a position where he looks like he's firing, and we also need to get him a gun. So let's get him an M1 Garand, as you do. Or Garand, however you pronounce it. Some people say Grand, I say Grand. Some people say Garand, and it's usually the English speakers, if you know any British people, but that's okay. The thing is, it's a good gun no matter how you pronounce it. My favorite, M1, enter. Got a lot of stuff here. I should have, yeah, I got the spawnable weapon as like a usable. Gonna lie, M1s. Yeah, this is... Anyone ever says their favorite weapon's the M1, you just look at all these guns with the different M1 in front of it, and you say which freaking one, and then you can recap this whole page to ask them which M1 is their favorite. Is it the grenades? Is it the tanks? Is it the guns? Like, which one? There are many M1s, because apparently America likes M1. Hope I actually took a photo. Have to fix that later. I don't even know how I took a photo. Didn't hit a button. Not even done yet. Yeah, it's got to go through the M1s because apparently I can't spell for shit. G-A. Well, if it stopped moving. Oh, fuck. Oh, here we go. M1 Garand. Okay, let's just get this going where I could just... I did not mean to pick it up. Okay, I'm still picking it up. So that's the problem. I gotta try and find one where I can actually give it to him without the game thinking I want a gun. Because this will just give it to me too, and I don't want this. Like, see, I don't want to carry it. So that's the problem. We gotta find a way to get him the gun without it giving me the fucking rifle myself, because I don't want the rifle. I gotta make my guy have the rifle, because I'm not the one in battle right now. He's the one in battle. He is the man. It is also around this time, if you can't get a gun like the M1 Garand, there should be models for it. Should be. That doesn't guarantee it, but there should be static models for these things. Not always, but should. We got the Thompson. If I have to, I'll give him the, like, we got the M1A1, which is like that, which is a problem, because, like, working with hands, it's very hard to use a gun that is static like that. I kind of want a physical, not static prop, so we got to work with what we get. Let's scroll down. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking that we might have to actually use To my displeasure, the static M1A1, which should be good enough, unless I see an M1 1919. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the M1A1 right there. We'll have that there in case I can't find one, but I'm going to check World War II prop packs. I'm going to check them to see if there's any guns in these, because I know there's like these two. These guns exist, so I figured these guns exist. There has to be more, right? There has to be more guns, so I'm going to go to World War II props part 2. Oh, we got bodies. That's good. Amazing. That actually adds a bit of something. Hang on, if I take him and put him like right here. Yeah, see, now if I get in a position, yeah, you see, and I'm going to get in a position where I can see him. You can see there's like a dead guy and everything. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is looking good. This actually looks great. Actually, like, legitimately good. I'm actually proud of myself. The props really do help. I don't know why, but one day I just took it upon myself to just do stuff like this, and it turns out there's a whole community based on the things I'm doing here. Which, you know, surprise to me. What the fuck? Did not mean to spawn an entire ass airplane. My apologies. Yep. I do believe. Oh, well, here's one. But it's freaking missing textures. That's great. Well, shoot. Let me just type in Garand and let me see what that does. I spelled it wrong again. God damn it. There we go. All right. See, there it is. That, and it's a proper prop, too. It's the one prop I need. Okay. So then with that being said, I could just freaking remove like, skin. What? Black. Polymer, I guess? Remove. Oh, there it goes. Here we go, though. This is what we were looking for. Look at this. Look at this. This is the one. This is the one we are looking for. Hi, welcome to the stream. This is the gun. I was looking for a model kind of like this. Body, I can edit the... What? Oh, I know what this is from. I know what this is from. We're not gonna... This is the one where I did a video on the Scheifel, the shotgun rifle. Yeah. Cursed. Very cursed. Alright, so now we're gonna get this guy into position. So with my poser, my ragdoll mover in this case, we're going to grab him by the spine. I know, best sentence ever, right? You should actually grab him by the waist. Does this guy have a waist? Wait a minute, does this guy have a... Check these, because this is where you could see pelvis. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Because a pelvis lets you turn him. So, like... Or not. It's just... Seriously? Just gonna do that, huh? Okay, it's being that. That's, very interesting. Okay, well, we're gonna move his spine. And that'll work enough. So we're gonna get his arms at his sides, because he's not ready to fight just yet. We're gonna get his arms at his sides, but we're gonna take this one arm, we're gonna just rest it. We're gonna take his other arm, because we're assuming this guy's right-handed, we're gonna lift it up. Alright. Now, I'm gonna make him lean forward a bit, because I want him to take like a stance while he's firing, right? We want him to take a stance so it looks like he's really getting into it. So we're going to make him lean forward a bit. Head up, arm, extend, rotate slightly. Rifle. Right. Disable the collisions on the rifle. Disable collisions. So we're going to get the rifle. Roughly try and get as close to him as we can where it's accurate, right? We're trying to accurately get it in so where it's like touching his shoulder or like in his shoulder like you would hold it. Want to get it about like right there, I'd say. And maybe a bit down. And what we're going to do is it's going to be like that. We're going to move his arm now. So we're going to move his arm so it's down. Forearm up. Slowly rotate it a little bit. And tuck it inwards. Going to bring it down. And we're going to move his hand into it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pose his fingers. So we're going to go to finger poser to kind of make it work. So we're going to, his thumb is good where it is. This finger we're going to need to adjust slightly. Just got, this is the tedious part, is adjusting the fingers. Adjust the fingers. And I know it looks really weird right now, but that's actually pretty dang close to what we need. There we go. Now we're going to take his other arm. This is where we do the other arm now. This is where we do the other arm. Welcome to the stream. This is where we do the other arm. We're going to go to his, back to the rag mover. Bring up his other arm that's just been chilling there. Extend it. Move it slightly inwards. Go to his forearm. Rotate it upwards. So if you want to like make his arm rotate right, you gotta right there like that. So now we got his arm in a proper position. We're gonna lift his arm upwards so it's like touching the rifle. There we go. And don't worry about it looking really good. It doesn't have to, because certain tricks you can do, like looking at different angles and stuff, will make things that look like this from this side, or shit, hang on, camera. It'll make this, or like ugly things like this, if I get from this position, you can't really tell exactly. You can't really tell, which is okay. I do want him, though, I want his head to be slightly tilted and a bit down. His hands are going to get posed real quick, so finger poser. Finger poser. We're going to move his fingers so they close around the gun a bit. Remember, this does not need to be perfect. It is okay if it's a little jagged. It is gmod. That is the point of gmod, to be jagged. The idea is you get the concept across. That is the big idea. You try to make it look nice, welcome to the stream, but you also have to try and make it, get the concept across of what's going on. As long as it tells the story properly, you can cut little corners here and there and it still looks just as good, is the part. So we're going to go back to rag mover. Now that we got his arm the way we want it to, we can adjust it a bit, adjust for inflation and whatnot. And as you can see, that looks more natural, at least slightly. Slightly more natural. Like, look at that. For, like, just regular posing, that actually looks pretty damn good. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, just for, like, basic posing, that actually looks legitimately good. So now that we got him like that, we're gonna get a few photos of this, too. I'm gonna go into the effects we saw earlier. I'm gonna go to effects, go to weapons, and we're going to get out this. Now, this is moving pretty fast, as you can tell. That's okay. It's because we're going to take a photo. So this is going to be pretty damn frozen. Okay, that's actually, I got that perfect. So we got this guy firing, and we're going to have another guy. We're going to get another guy. We're going to get another NPC. We're going to go to spawn lists. We're going to go to the World War II Army. We're going to get this guy in. And now, I have things that have blood decals, so if you ever have a problem, do not worry. Just simply go to this. I have DRVREJ. And then I go to cleanup and it just remove all decals. As you can see, perfectly fine. No issues whatsoever. No issues. Now I am going to do stand pose once again. I'm going to go back to stand pose. Get this guy. Get him like right here, I'd say. We're going to give him his amenities. We're going to give him his amenities and stuff that he needs. Give him the pants. Well, that was an accident. I accidentally teleported him into the other guy. That can happen sometimes. Where's stand pose again? Stand pose. So we want to go back to bone merge. Not at all what I intended to do. Undo that. Stand pose again because I'm getting it mixed up. That's the problem. It's kind of gets annoying sometimes, and that is part of the process. Is pure annoyance. Shit happens. Shit is what it is, but you gotta work with it. Okay, see, there we go. Now he's got the pants on. He's got the pants on. We're gonna get him a. Let me look at this. We're gonna give him the full kit. So we're gonna give him that on his body. Gonna get him that on his body. Give him the full freaking kit. We're gonna give him the helmet. And now we're going to have it so his legs, we're going to turn his legs. We're going to get the mover again. We're going to get rag mover. And as you see, we can rotate him. Rotate his spine a bit. Bring it down. Oop, wrong way. Bring it down. His arm. I need his arm to come. His arm needs to come down. His other arm needs to come in. Because he's going to be leading the charge, this guy is. So we're going to get his other arm to come in. like that. He's going to be, extend his arm a bit. He's going to be pointing. He's going to be leading this entire charge. Get him like that. Before we get any further, because I know how this looks, we've got to go ahead and go to finger poser. That's face poser. Oops. Finger poser. We're going to go to see if there's just point. What the fuck? Okay, well, as you've seen here, gmod finger poser does not always genuinely work with things, other mods or add-ons. They, in fact, will be abominations on the occasion. That being said, sometimes you need to do things on your own, and that's okay. Once you do this enough times, you actually do learn how to get better at it. See, that looks more semi-natural. Okay, now I'm going to get back to rag mover. I'm going to get his arm. Gonna lift it. Gonna lift. No, that's his hand. Gonna lift his forearm. And yeah, I know. Notice I did the finger on him too. Gotta get rid of that. Gotta get rid of that. So finger poser, finger poser, finger poser. Just gonna freaking default. Okay, we're gonna go to back to rag mover. We're gonna get his hand posed, so we're going to turn it slightly like that. We're going to make it like he's telling him to follow. Okay, now we're going to get his leg. His other leg. You know, instead of pointing, I have a better idea. Instead of pointing, what we're going to do is this. We get because we're pretending this guy is a sergeant, right? We're going to pretend this guy's a sergeant. Hi, welcome to the stream. So instead of making him point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Thompson. Hang on, let me get a Thompson. I totally spelled that wrong. Just type Tom. It'll get the point across. All right. So yeah, let's get the Tommy gun. Rag mover. Bring his arm down. His forearm. Bring it down a bit. Finger poser. Go back to finger poser. And we're just going to make this default. Set to default. Back to rag mover. And we're going to rotate the arm. We're going to bring his whole arm down like this. His other bit like this. We're going to have the Tommy gun be within his grasp, which we're going to disable the collisions on the Tommy gun. Alright, now I'm going to do finger poser again. This time I'm actually going to make his fingers wrap around. the Thompson. Alright, so hang on. Let me get the finger poser. Finger poser. Now we're going to go to here. Look at his fingies. We're going to move that one like that. Do that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That looks like he's legitimately holding it. Trigger ready to go. That looks legitimate. And now from our position, we're going to move the position to here. Let me move this. Put that there. This will be my position to take another photo from. Now, for touch-up, I think we got the image of the tank and the embers, the guy. This is the place. Alright, so looking pretty good. I'm trying to think of what else I could do. I have a few ideas, so let me think. Okay, I got an idea. Let me get another World War II guy. Gonna remove decals. Going to get this guy. Now the funniest thing is sometimes you can use the rag mover. Other times you do other things. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this guy on his knees. And I know it looks goofy, but you gotta hear me out, okay? This looks goofy as hell, I can tell. But you just gotta trust me. Because this is how I did a lot of other animations for a guy crouching. Which, speaking of which, we need this guy to be like right here on his knees. Because we can't have him like right in front of that guy, because then he's gonna look like he's getting shot. Here, let's move him over to like here. Get him on his knees. Sorry, that was my phone. So we got him on his knees. So now we're going to go to rag mover. Head down this way. Make his leg look proper. So this guy, I'm going to move his thigh now, which looks wacky, but we got to like adjust it. See kind of how I did this? See how this kind of looks now? Because the idea is that he's like crouching down. He's like getting into a stance where he's going to be shooting his own rifle. Or like getting ready to charge. So we get his arms out. And as you can see, this guy's leg's a little fucked up. So we're going to adjust for that. We're just going to adjust and semi-fix and readjust. Dude, not like that. That's how you break somebody. Not like that. His arm, we're going to bring his wrist around. So we're going to go up and bring it around. Good. Take his upper arm, bring it around. Or I should say his forearm. His arm's going to be really weird, but that's okay. Because there's really no explaining why his arm's like that. Couldn't even tell you why his arm's all fucked up like that. Probably because of the way I had him. It's okay, though. Hang on, that kind of evened it out a bit. That kind of evens it out a little bit. Okay. Now that we got him in this position, the crouching position, we can get him a gun. Also, like I said before, I don't know, for those of you who just joined or are joining, if you have any suggestions for something I can make, if not this stream, then maybe the next, if you want to leave a comment down below in the chat, or if you want to like send me a text in the stream, I will I have a notebook next to me. If I don't get to it today, I will get to it eventually. Some of that may be on stream, some of it might not be. If it's not, then I will indeed give a shout out to those who had the idea. Anyone who came up with an idea, they will be getting a shout out, of course. I wouldn't not do that. That'd be very rude of me to not do that. So, of course, I will give a shout out to those who have, in fact, helped out and added to what I'm doing. Any of you that that gave me an idea, you will be credited. Of course, I would not credit you. So, you know, let me know in the comments down below. You know, let's get this guy. Let's get this guy a grease gun. Let's get this guy a grease gun. Now, let me see. Is there... grease. Unfortunately, this is the only one I have. Okay. Well, then we're going to do... add the sling. And we don't need the flash hider. Disable the collisions. Going to attempt, with what limited visibility I have, to put this in his hand. Because that's the problem with this green ring shit. It's like, it's hard to see. There. So now we got it in his hand. I'm going to do finger poser. Finger poser. Poses fingies. There we go. I'm going to go rag mover real quick though. There we go. Back to finger poser. So we're going to go finger like that. And his hand's pretty good there for what it is. Get a camera's view. Yeah, it's pretty good for what it is. Gonna do rag mover again. Rag mover. Bring his arm all the way up. Rotate slightly. Bring his other arm in. We're going to move the gun a bit. Get his arm. Rag mover. Bring his arm down a bit. So we'll make it so his hand can go in there. Hang on now. I'm gonna bring his forearm inwards. Bring his outer arm here on his left side. See, the thing is, it doesn't have to be perfect now on this other hand, just because of the fact that the other hand's covering everything entirely. We're going to get him a tracer too. Entities. Weapons. This gun. Man, I never really considered that it takes an entire hour to do this. Like, it's been an hour of just constantly doing this. Alright, look at that. Now for the final touches. This is my favorite part, doing the little details here and there. Things that look nice. This is going to be good. So, first off, we already know. Alright, we already know. These guys ain't just going up and everything's fine. They getting shot at. So what do we need? We need a few spray paints here and there. We need a few things. So, this is where I'm glad we waited till the very last moment. See, here's the thing I want to point out. If you have the ragdoll blood, you want to wait until you're done setting everything up in position, clean up all the blood, because you will need to use decals under some regard, like spray paint. Those count as decals. So wait until the very end when you got everything cleaned up the way you wanted to. The details, like decals, are the very last piece you ever put on. It's like the finishing touches. So, bear that in mind. Now, that's bear in mind. We got the blood, trying not to bump our guys while we're flying around. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go to... Where's paint? Paint. Where do paint be paint? And we got a few... What I like to do is I like to go over here where I'm not really doing anything. And I will usually do things like spray paint just to see how things look. And I accidentally... See, you can't hit Z to remove it. That needs to be stated. You can't hit Z to move it. So don't start spamming Z. Literally forgot. Do not hit Z if you spray down a paint. That's why you spray them away from where you're actually doing the work, because you do not want to accidentally put a paint down that you can't remove. And then you'll accidentally probably do what I just did, hit Z, and then you'll delete some hard work. You don't want to do that, so always have like a template off camera where you're just spraying down paints and testing them out, see what you need. Like this is a crater one, it's pretty good. Danger flammable, pretty good. I'm looking for something. We're looking for impact metal. That'd be good. So I got some metal impacts. So we're going to go over to here. Put it there. Put it there. Put it there. Put it there. Put one there. So we'll put those there. That'll be markings for later. So next, we got metal impact, right? That's pretty nifterino. Just check over here because I did just test it. Yep. Okay. So back over here to our template where we're futzing around with a few things here and there. Back over to our template. We'll look at a few other things. Impact sand. These are little things that may not be noticed to some, but I'm telling you, people notice them. I am going to add one little detail, which are sandbags. So in this position, I'm going to add sandbags. So hang on, spawn list. Sand. A small little thing of sandbags. Okay, maybe not like that. Maybe I need something smaller. You know, instead of sandbags, we're just going to leave it the way it is because I got a better idea. Got a better idea. What we're going to do is we're going to take the tool gun. We're going to paint those sand impacts. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. And those will be like our impact spots. And now finally we're going to do things with the emitter. We're going to get more emitter stuff happening. So for this, we're going to want at least like maybe, we're going to say like a, try 2. 2 is too big. We got to go to 1. 1's a bit too big. We're going to go down to 90. That's fine. Shrink it down just a bit more. Go to 70. There we go. So now, I'm going to place that there. I'm going to spawn another one there. I'm going to spawn one final one there. Let's get into position. So I say we remove this one. Because sometimes there don't need to be some. So remove that so you can still get a good picture of what's happening. We're going to move this guy over like right here. We're trying not to cover up too many people. It'll be better if this was actually like maybe like right here. And then maybe one like, actually, yeah, one right there. And I get one more like right about here. All right, now we're going to go to materials. Find the materials at. Gotta remember where those are. Man, ice. There it is. Jesus Christ. Make them invisible. Make them invisible to give that illusion. I've noticed some of the decals are missing. That's okay. For some reason, they're missing. I don't know why. That's okay. So, sometimes decals will despawn, but that's alright. You make do with what you got. I don't know why they despawn this time. It's kind of crazy, but it's okay. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to take metal. We're going to go back to the emitter. We're going to go to the emitter. Going to go to metal impact. We're going to go to stun stick impact. And we're going to go check out combine ball impact. We're looking for the metal impact. So we're going to go to metal, crank it up to 1.4. What if I crank it up all the way? Crank it down to like 2. Then we're going to pick it up. The hell? Okay. Doesn't want to move apparently. There it goes. Slot this right on here. Now it's going to look like the tank. Let's actually slot it up here. It's going to look like the tank took a hit. Finally, tool gun, material, okay, now if you can't get it to do the right thing, well, don't worry, because like I said, small things you can cut corners. You're not really going to notice that up there. And now the final product, where we put it all together. We're going to pull out the camera. Get a nice shot. And then one for later. All right. No, I don't hate you, Chicken House. All right, there we go. And that is that. That is that. We're going to get one more photo, probably, just for shits and giggles. There we are. And that is how I do gmod art and things like that. So thank you all for those who showed up. This was honestly a fun project, and if any of you got any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all joining the stream, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace, guys, and have a nice night. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.